Good evening to everyone. A warm welcome to Success Mantras for Small and Medium Businesses. A warm welcome to all my existing viewers and a warm welcome to all my new viewers today. I'm sure you will find some value or great value during the time we spend together. In case you want to access my other videos, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link is provided below and you can access them. There are a lot of learnings out there of what we have all done for the past 4 months. Jumping on to today's topic, this is the first in a series of success mantras. And today I want to talk about something that is rarely spoken about in businesses today. A lot of business owners that I know of and speak to on a daily basis seem to have lost the basic purpose for their business. The more I speak to such people, the more I get the sense that there's a huge gap between the reality of the business and the dreams of the business. Most of us started a business with a dream, something that we did not like that was happening in our past life or in our professional journey, which we gave up and decided to jump into this entrepreneurial journey. But look at most of us. We are not born entrepreneurs. Like it or not, most of the education systems in the world, across the world, does not train us to become an entrepreneur. The education system is meant to create a generation of professionals who have been equipped with the skill sets to operate in one function of the organization. Some of us are good in marketing, some of us are good in finance, while others are good in HR or manufacturing. But this is not the truth about an entrepreneurial journey. So once you are moving up that employed to self-employed level, you have to be adept at multiple of these functions. And that is not our core strength. So we start working in a professional journey. We complete our education, we get into a professional journey, and as we start earning, as we start working, we gain credibility and competence in the domain that we have selected. So I had selected sales and marketing, and with that, I specialize in that domain. I give multiple years into this domain, and because we are all good in a particular domain and the work that we are doing, we start believing in ourselves, and this comes from a high deal of confidence in our abilities, and we are now exploring that entrepreneurship. But the fact of the matter remains that we have not yet become an entrepreneur. We are still in that technician mode. We are great technicians, we have great knowledge in one of the areas that we have specialized in. Research has shown that globally, all the entrepreneurs have started their business not because they had the skill sets to become an entrepreneur, but because they believed or they were made to believe by others that they were great in their work and they're great technicians. Think of a situation of a doctor, MBBS, MD, or slash MS. He has trained for multiple years and now he's a specialist in his domain. Completes his education, and instead of working in a hospital, he decides to start his own clinic. He starts his clinic with a receptionist and maybe a nurse, and from morning to evening, the three of them are attending to patients. They're attending to patients and they're prescribing medicines. In some cases, there might be some minor surgeries that are going on. Then there's the story of a plumber. A fabulous plumber who was working in a five-star hospital, and people used to go gaga in the hospital, in that hotel, regarding the quality of his work. So one day, finally, he decided to take the plunge and start his own plumbing company. But all he did during the course of the day was attend to plumbing problems, and because he was extremely good in his job, he did that for 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, because he was inundated with work because of his quality. We get to hear these stories every single day. A lady who gives up, stops cutting hair in somebody else's salon and starts her own salon. But what she does in that salon is cut hair again. The point is, if you're all working in the business, then who is working on the strategic growth of a business? Who is looking at improving their sales through implementation of sales strategies? Who is looking at the marketing aspect? Who is looking at the statutory aspects? Who's looking at finances? Who's looking at accounts? And who's looking at the strategic growth the organization should go to? When I meet these people on a regular basis and I ask them, what is your goal for the next 5 years? There's no goal, ladies and gentlemen. People are stuck in doing the work in the business. And you can guess what is going to happen very soon. Because there's so much in the business and the business so much requires them to be in the business, they can't even plan a holiday with their family. Would you, as an entrepreneur who's running a business, but where he is more of a technician and he tends to go do the work himself, would you ever think about going on a 2-week holiday? Because my entire work is based on my presence, on me being present. This is what I call the entrepreneur conundrum. Even if you have been able to get a team in place, a basic team in place, you are the one who's juggling all the balls of sales, marketing, delivery, customer satisfaction, finance, accounts. You are the one who's working the hardest, because you are the only one in your organization who's able to see and smell success. Not that you are achieving success, but you are the only person who can see and smell that success. You are the only one who is multitasking. People are coming into their work in your organization to work during the day. No one is coming to your business to grow the business. They are getting paid for coming to work. And because we are business owners, we are scared of letting go, we are not upskilling our people. Ladies and gentlemen, good talent is easy to get. Cheap talent is something that does not exist. You cannot have someone who's cheap and also be talented. And because we have stuck in this cheap talent mode, and I'm unable to sleep at home, and I'm working for 16 to 18 hours a day, it is our health that is taking a beating. And it is at this stage you are feeling that you're trapped in this business, even though freedom was the primary reason for you to come and start your entrepreneurial journey. You did not want to be someone else's slave, if I can use the word here, but you have become a slave in your own business. And it is you who's making the least amount of money, as the money that is left after paying your bills and people is something that you want to reinvest in that business. You're living your business from a passbook to passbook on the 30th of the month, instead of looking at a cash flow which is predictable and which will tell you that today being September, in the month of December, this is how my cash flow should look like or would look like. All your expenses, all your investment is based on the money that is left in the bank at the end of the month, and this is what your passbook tells you. Ladies and gentlemen, was this the reason you decided to embark on your entrepreneurial journey? Were you not better off in a job with another organization? Because what you're left out today is having a job in your own organization. You are no longer driving your business, the business is driving you. And I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, many of you who are watching this or who will watch it subsequently, this situation would resonate with you. Unfortunately, if the situation resonates with you, the day is not far when one more highly potential business and business owner will face burnout. As a business owner who has set up a business with great deal of passion, I am sure you don't want to be part of that burnout group. And statistics and research has shown us that 80% of the businesses in the first 5 years close down because of burnout. And the 20% that is left, another 80% businesses shut down because of this burnout. Because then people stop enjoying the business. People stop enjoying going to work. And the day people stop enjoying doing what they are doing, it's over. Dear business owner, it is important at this point in time to design your destiny as your entrepreneur. Nature knows that we will not be in this planet for perpetuity. That is never the rule of the game. But it is also important for us to know and have a business that stays long after we are gone. As an entrepreneur, a question that we need to ask ourselves on a regular basis: what is the legacy that we want to leave behind? Do we want to leave behind a business? Or do we want to have a business today which we had to shut down because we didn't have a plan, or because nobody had a plan once I have left the planet? Always remember, ladies and gentlemen, life is planned backwards and led forwards. Today, if I were to ask you 5 questions, think of those answers and write it down on a piece of paper and contemplate. The weekend is coming. Contemplate and draw out a plan. Draw out your vision chart. What is the kind of revenue do you want to make in the next 5 years? How many products do you want to have or will you have in the next 5 years? How large will be your organization? What is the number of people that should work for you? How many offices, workshops, factories should you have? How many locations will you be operating in? Give it a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and think about it. Do we have a plan? Do we have a vision? Do we have clarity of our goals? Are you able to visualize your future? If you don't know where you want to be in 5 years from now, how will you ever reach there? If after getting up in the morning I don't know what is the end result of that day, how will I do what I'm supposed to do? Ladies and gentlemen, there are two kinds of businesses: treadmill business and a marathon business. The treadmill business, as I define it, and these are my terminologies, the treadmill business is where you jump onto a treadmill as soon as you're awake and you walk or run on it as long as you want to or till you get tired. But once that treadmill stops or once the day ends, you realize you are tired. You've spent a lot of time doing what you were doing, that is running or walking on the treadmill. But after doing all that you have done, you're still at the same place from where it all began. Question that you ask yourself when your head touches the pillow is, what have I achieved during the day? Have I transformed the spelling of the word business from business to busynes? Have I been busy throughout the day with phones ringing, with I running all over my workshop, talking to people, talking to customers, talking to vendors, talking to bankers? Achieved nothing, achieved zilch. The marathon business is one which requires a preparation. So when you're looking at, visualize yourself that you want to run the marathon. Would you wake up one fine day and say, I will run that 42 kilometers? No, you will prepare. You will get hold of a marathon trainer or a coach, and you will work with the coach to identify your weak areas and work on those weak areas for days or weeks, if not months, before your coach or you decide that now is the time to participate in that marathon. It takes time. Even at that stage, once you have decided, and that decision process itself takes a lot of time, even at that stage, it is never the 42 full marathon, 42 kilometer that is run. You take one step at a time. You may want to run the 5 kilometer and see how you are doing it and what are the challenges you are facing before you start making that progress towards the 42 kilometers. Then that day comes, ladies and gentlemen, where you wake up in the morning and you're all geared up to participate and run in that 42-kilometer marathon. And you do it. You do it and you complete it. And there's still gas left within you to do it for a few more kilometers. And the sense of satisfaction that you get at the finish line. And now you can look back with pleasure and pride at not only the distance that you have covered, but the progress that you have made for yourself. But this process did not happen in one single day, ladies and gentlemen. It took time. It took a lot of preparation. It had to do a lot with identifying the gaps. Not all of us have the same capabilities. Not all of us have the same competencies. We need to work on them. And like I said, if you are a professional transforming into an entrepreneur, you have one core, but there are multiple gaps, and we need to fill in those gaps. It's like that boat, one single hole, and you're out there in the sea, the boat would capsize. This is exactly what business is all about. It takes time in preparation. It takes time in finding somebody who will help you achieve your goals. It takes time in identifying a success, because if you're going to chase a failure, if you're going to follow a failure, the probability of you becoming a failure will be higher. All of us have those dream people in front of us whom we visualize and say, I want to become like him. Whom are you wanting to become like? In the business, once you have successfully completed a business, and once you've successfully implemented everything that needs to be done in a business, once you have made it into a commercial, profitable, sustainable enterprise, what is stopping you from doing the second? And what is stopping you from doing the third? What is stopping you from becoming a serial entrepreneur? The problem comes when people give up on their current business, because of lack of preparedness and competencies, and jump into the second. They feel that pehle wala to chalega nahi, let me do the second. Because environment has changed, and I keep on making the statement to everybody that every business has a potential, provided you know how to do it. Now, if somebody has jumped into the second business because they failed in the first, they're bound to fail in the second as well, because there's lack of preparation in the second. A successful business is not set out of because of luck or fate, ladies and gentlemen. It is because you have a vision, a goal, a set of strategies, a robust system, and a team. These may take time, but these are the only reasons why some businesses succeed and become sustainable, while some others fall, fail, and are removed from the surface of the planet. It is totally your choice where you want to be. It's absolutely your choice. Let's stop blaming the externals. Let's stop blaming what is not in our control. Let's get out of bed. And people who have watched my previous videos, They would know that BED is an acronym for blame, excuses, denials. Let's get out of bed. Let's take the oar of our boat and control, ownership, accountability, responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, it's up to us. It is up to us to create our destiny. And if somebody comes and tells me that destiny is something that the Almighty has given me, and I have to live that life what the Almighty has decided, ladies and gentlemen, you have come here for a purpose. And it's the Almighty who has designed that purpose, but we need to take that action. Spend more time on yourself than what you have been spending. Many of us are spending time on other factors. We are not spending enough time on ourselves. Many of us don't realize our greatness because we become sidetracked by secondary activity. We spread ourselves too thin, trying to do too many things, trying to run a ship and run from the front to the back and trying to do everything else. You cannot run a business without a team. You cannot do it by yourself. Your team will make mistakes. You will have to let go. You will have to build it. Don't spread yourself too thin. You should not be somebody who cannot say no and end up doing all kinds of things and never have the time to do those things that you need to. Look at your time management. Are you focusing on the emergencies, or are you focusing on the immediates, or are you focusing on the importance? Because the more you focus on the emergencies and less on the importance, life is all over the place. We can't stop and hold time, ladies and gentlemen, because before we wake up one day, we'll have our unfulfilled dreams and we'll have a bunch of unpaid bills. Your life deserves some prime time from you, because you are the only one who's creating your destiny. There's a power of designing your destiny because it gives you the ability to visualize your future and also set up those milestones. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're an entrepreneur, I would really want to congratulate you, because you have taken the first big step of getting out of the safety net and said, I want to be a change maker in this world. I want to be somebody who has influenced people on this world. I want to create something that I want to leave behind on this planet. But for that, ladies and gentlemen, work on yourself and build your destiny. Design your destiny for a fantastic entrepreneurial life. Please subscribe and keep watching this channel, as every Friday at 6 p.m. I'll continue to share with you success mantras for small and medium businesses. Also, if you want to know how you and I can together transform and fulfill your dreams, please click on the link mentioned here and you can directly contact me. Till we meet again next Friday, same time, same place. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching, and have a profitable week ahead. Thank you so much.